is set, and we've been waiting to get some kind of response. Peter Schrager, to me, this is like the Notebook. Like, this is Ryan Gosling asked, like, what do you want? What do you want? That's what I want to hear from Mr. Aaron Rodgers tonight. What do you want to hear?
I want to hear something about the current situation. My fear, and I think I might be right on this one, is that it's going to be Kenny Mayne's final show on ESPN, and Rodgers is going to drop a bunch of pop culture references. They're going to do a funny gag, and we're going to have a 3-minute tape bit, and that's what we're going to get here. And I'm like, because I think Kenny Mayne is one of the funniest guys on TV, but he's also one of the best SportsCenter hosts, and something that SportsCenter used to provide was like news and break news. And wouldn't it be cool if Kenny Mayne on the way out was like, okay, let's get Rodgers to speak and have an actual conversation about this with one of his friends. He and Kenny Mayne have known each other for a long time. They often will talk, and I heard they had a long conversation over the last few weeks when Mayne announced that he was leaving ESPN after 27 years of great success. Gosh, I fear that we're gonna go to Sue Bird and it's gonna be this awesome thing. It's gonna be Marshawn Lynch, it's gonna be this awesome thing. We're gonna go to Aaron Rodgers, and Rodgers is gonna drop a bunch of references to South Park or to other Kenny Mayne like SportsCenter commercials, and it's gonna be like, hey buddy, best of luck and that's gonna be that, and I'm gonna be left unfulfilled. I'm greedy here. This is Kenny Mayne's moment, but I kind of want some Rodgers news. I got to do a television show with you guys the next 5 days, and I would love some sincerity and some honesty from Rodgers about what's going on. He doesn't have to talk publicly. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't work on our schedule, but I do think it would really, I don't know, make these clouds a little less murky if he came out and said either A, yeah, look, I'm upset with things, or B, said, hey, we're working things out, and there is some hope and some optimism we can figure this out. I just want something. I fear that this is going to be a nice farewell to Kenny Mayne, which I love and I will be watching and all that, but it might also not be at all about football. It might end up being about things outside of football, and that's been Rodgers' brand his entire career. He's not going to only talk football. He's a contemplative guy who has a lot of different interests. But gosh, can we get a little football tonight? Just a little bit. And Rodgers, I'll be watching either way.
Peter, you know this, we take it to the bank that without a doubt we are going to pontificate on whatever he says, good or bad. I just hope that the main event of this is not, this is us leaving. Kenny leaving ESPN and AR leaving Green Bay. I think for Packers fans, this is a pivotal moment because they want to hear the words, I'm coming back. They want to hear it's about the title. Look, once upon a time, when you used to fly up to Appleton, Wisconsin, and you would show up at the team hotel when you were playing the Green Bay Packers, they would welcome you and say, welcome to Titletown. Well, one title in 25 years, and that title has started to wear thin a little bit. So what I want to hear from Aaron Rodgers is, look, the last 2 years, we've got bounced from the playoffs. We've been one of the best teams in the NFC in the entire NFL, and we got kicked to the curb when the playoff dance started. Right? The 49ers bounced us out because our defense couldn't stop the run game, and then last year, we got kicked out of the club because we couldn't block the front and we couldn't handle JPP. So, Aaron Rodgers, I don't want to hear about your personal vendettas. I don't want to hear about your drama. I want this to be about bringing Titletown back to Green Bay. I've got unfinished business. The last 2 years, I've been salty, I've been disappointed, we've been so close. I want to get back. I want to get that feeling back, and I want to bring it back for the Packers. That's what I want to hear from Aaron Rodgers.
I like it, Sean.
Good luck.
I'm gonna take it a step further though, because I'm on board with you, but I want it to be a little bit more nuclear. I want him to come out and say everything that he wants. Everybody lies. I want a college coach to come out after National Signing Day and say, we didn't get any of the players we wanted. They went everywhere else. Every college coach says we got every single player we wanted in this draft class. We got every single recruit we wanted. They're all lying. I want Aaron Rodgers to come out and say everything that he's thinking. I want him to say we lost to the Bucs in the NFC Championship game. I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I'm looking at Tampa Bay and Tom Brady, and they are pushing money down the line because they are in a win now mode. We are in a win now mode. I just won MVP. I'm the best player in the game. We are in a win now situation. Let's push some money down the line. Let's get some more talent in around me on both sides of the ball. And then, Sean, he goes to the fans and says, let's see how many titles we can bring back to Title Town? Who's with me? Let's make sure in this window we try to have as much success as possible while I'm playing really, really well. I'm probably playing better right now than you thought I would be, and that's going to continue over the next couple of years because you guys drafted Jordan Love. Well, guess what? I'm changing the timetable. I'm going to stay in Green Bay. Let's kind of do something to where we can improve this roster, Kay, to make us much more of a contender and do some of the things that some of these other teams are doing while they have a Super Bowl window, because we have one right now too. And I want to bring as many titles back here to Green Bay as possible.
I mean, that would be great. That would be super nice, but
great.
I'm on the Schrager side. I don't think this is going to happen. And Schrags, let's say, I don't even know if this would be worst case scenario. I ask you, to your point of if he says nothing, what does that mean? What will we read into about that? Because if he thinks that this entire narrative is overblown, it would take him about 5 seconds on ESPN tonight to come out and say so. So if he bypasses the opportunity, is that saying something in and of itself?
It does. It does. This is a perfect opportunity. It's natural. Kenny Mayne's a friend of his. It's about Kenny Mayne. And in passing, he could say, hey, all the media reports, don't listen to them. Things are going to be just fine. If he doesn't say anything and he opts not to even address it, or if Kenny Mayne doesn't even go near the topic of, hey, you're the reigning MVP and there's stories that you want the GM fired and you've got to get out of the building, then it tells me that maybe some of the stuff we've been hearing is not only true, but that Rodgers is fine with it being out there.
And then the next time we would really know something, if he doesn't say anything and Kenny Mayne, respectfully does not follow up or ask him or try to get it out of him, it's 2 weeks, kind of, until Packers mandatory minicamp on June 8th. I would just want to know, are you going to be there? Are you going to be in Green Bay for that? That's what I'd like to know. All right. Do you have a question for Aaron Rodgers? What would you like to hear from him? What do you think he'll say? Hit us up at GMFB on Twitter.